Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Student World Talks. I'm Carlos Rinchetti, your host for the evening. And yeah, I'm very happy to be the first one to welcome you all here. Folks, today we're very happy to have as a guest Lambton College here. We're going to be chatting. They are quite known in Canada as being the number one research college in Ontario and the number two overall in the country. They're also a great option for you. They're looking for a faster way through to the job market in Canada. As you know, colleges they offer different types of degrees than universities, and we're here to talk about this and much more. As I welcome everybody that is joining us here, I start to see some tractions on the chat. So please tell us a little bit more about your plans to study abroad, guys. Again, we're having here a college from Canada. So tell us what are you looking for in terms of your studies? So you want to study which field of study you want to pursue? Which program are you looking for? A bachelor degree? Are you looking for a certificate program? What kind of program are you looking for? In which area? Tell us a little bit. And also, like, welcome to every one of you that are watching us from all around the globe, basically, from Latin America all the way to Asia. We've got people here um, from many, many countries, and this is something quite nice. What else? I see already Elochukul joining us here from and watching us in Facebook. Donier watching us in Facebook as well. Many people actually watching us in Facebook. That's very interesting. Dunia from watching us in YouTube, looking for a doctorate in physiology. Nice. More people. I want to pursue psychology. That is quite nice. Thank you. Brian saying hello, hello, Brian. Welcome to the Student World Live. So many people. And what else? Mexico. Yeah, I'm looking for a master's degree in mechanical engineering. I'm from Turkey. Great, Mohammed. We're gonna be talking a lot about like the different programs. You're gonna see that as being a college, there are some degrees that are not gonna be offered by Lambton College. But this is the idea of bringing in here is for us to talk a little bit with them and get to know them, right? Every week, as you know, we bring a different institution, either a university, a college. Sometimes we bring people to talk about other topics related to study abroad. For instance, English proficient exams like IELTS and TOEFL, like tips on how to perform well. Also, we sometimes bring people to talk about like visas, student visa for a particular destination. So every week is a different topic here, but we're very proud to be the one and only talk show specifically focused on studying abroad. And as being a talk show, the idea of this is to be very informal and for you guys to have fun while watching us, hopefully, while you learn, right? So please engage on the chat with us. Please interact with us. This is not meant to be a boring presentation. This is not meant to be one of those long like slide presentation, those things. No, this is meant to be a very interactive chat. We're very happy we have our guests here that are already on backstage waiting to come in. So yes, so don't forget, yes, send your questions here on the chat. Sometimes we get lots of questions about like scholarships and so on. Guys, this is one part of studying abroad, which is ways to fund your studies. And there are not only scholarships, but also other ways. We're going to cover that at the end of our chat today. But the first thing is that you have to ask yourself is what do you want to study? What are your plans? What are your long-term goals, right? And can Lambton College be the right destination for you? That's the idea. This is what I hope that at the end of today's live that you can have that answer, and hopefully it will be yes. But yeah, so as we have more people joining us, Kevin from Kenya, yeah, so many more people saying here. I want to study. Bano saying I want to study English literature. That's very interesting. I'm in need of info about engineering in Canada. That's awesome as well. So thank you guys so much for joining us. It's really super nice to have you all here from South Sudan, and I want to study political science. What a nice engagement we're getting here. Thanks, Maluk, for sending that. Thanks, Dunia. Thanks, everyone. All right, guys. So just to give you a quick overview of our guest today, which is Lambton College, let me start by showing you on the map where are they located in Canada. So I'm going to ask my team. Yeah, as you can see there, that red dot over there, Lambton College, they are located in the province of Ontario. As you can see there, the big province of Ontario, that's where Toronto is located also. Maybe you have heard of Toronto. And they're quite, we're going to ask our guests here where they're located, the city where they are. They're one of the other interesting things that they're super close from the US border as well, as you can see there on the map. All right. They're located in a city called Sarnia in the province of Ontario. It's not a big city, so there are lots of advantages for that because when you're living outside like the big centers like Toronto or Vancouver or Montreal, the cost of living tends to go way down, and that's something we're going to talk about it as well. So there are lots of advantages of living in the smaller places, right? As I mentioned at the very beginning, for those of you that just joined us, Lambton College is the #1 research college in Ontario and the #2 overall across Canada. So that's something we're going to actually ask our guests today. What does that actually means for people like us who are considering to study there, right? And yeah, so basically, before we heads on and invite our lovely guests, let's play a quick video so you get to know, you get to see actually a little bit about Lambton College. So let's take a look.
Each year, thousands of international students choose Lambton College. As a public institution, we've been supporting students since 1966. Let's take a look at what makes Lambton College the best choice for post-secondary study in Canada. We're a global leader in education, innovation, and applied research. Employers know Lambton College, and they know that our high admission standards attract top applicants. Just this year alone, we've placed students at over 1,000 companies. Lambton College programs are delivered in 3 Canadian cities: Toronto, Canada's largest city, and one of the safest and most diverse cities in the world; Mississauga, a major business hub well connected to both Brampton and Toronto; and Sarnia, our main campus, safe, friendly, and affordable. Let's talk about price. Lambton College offers among the most affordable tuition rates in Canada. Eligible students can work part-time during their studies, full-time during academic breaks, and apply for a post-graduation work permit of up to 3 years. Lambton College is a leader in delivering 2-year postgraduate programs that include internship work experience, a hands-on curriculum, state-of-practice facilities, and co-op work integration. Lambton College graduates are job-ready. Whether you're exploring a career in business, computer studies, health science, or engineering, we have a program that's right for you. Lambton College is ready to help you achieve your academic and professional career goals here in Canada. Good luck, and we'll see you soon.
And we will see you soon indeed. Now, let me invite to the stage, guys, here to our guests here, Eric and Lorena. Hello, Eric. Hello, Lorena. Welcome to the Student World Talks here. It's great to have you guys here today and to talk a little bit about Lambton College. Let me start with you, Lorena. Thanks for being here. And yeah, how are you doing today?
Hi, Carlos. I'm fine. Thank you so much for the invitation. And we are really excited to join you today.
It's lovely to have you here. Eric, we were chit-chatting a bit and backstage. Great to have you here.
Yes, thank you very much, Carlos. That was a great intro. I have to give you that. I like the production of the show so far. I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to, hopefully. Guys, again, as I was saying on the intro here, the idea of this is to show who Lambton College really is, because all the folks that are joining us here, which are the numbers keep growing, more than 60 people watching us. They have plans to study abroad, right? And they are choosing, they're considering, they're comparing different options where what's the right institution for them and so on. So the goal here for us is to really show a 360 view of what who Lambton is, right? Lambton College is, and let them make the choice. So I wanted to start actually, Lorena. Maybe I'll give that to you. Uh, what is the difference between being a college and being a university? Because that's something that is we hear from many students that asks us. It's still not quite clear. So in Canada specifically, because I know that may change to different countries, what does a college offer, and what's the difference between a college and a university?
Thank you. That's a great question because it's always unclear for some countries what the difference is between these two different options of education. So what I can tell you is that here in Ontario, there's 23 different public colleges. We are one of them. We are the second oldest college in Ontario, and we have been servicing Canadian and international students for over 50 years. So we have a lot of experience with international students. And the big difference is that college is usually shorter, and all of the times it is less expensive than going to a university. So if students want to study a practical program where they will learn technological education and that they will get a very good job after graduation in a shorter time, college is the best option. University is also a good option for students, but it is longer and more costly.
Cool. And in terms of the programs offer, what are the programs offered by colleges? Of bachelor's as well, or only 2-year programs that are called, I think, certificates? Or could you also explain a little bit on that?
For sure. We offer programs at undergraduate level. This is for students who only finished high school. Most of our programs are 2 years long in the undergraduate level. And we also offer postgraduate certificates. These are for students who already have a technological or university degree and who would like to expand their education. These programs at Lambton College are also 2 years long usually. So this will provide the students with an eligibility for after graduation to apply for an open work permit, which is called the postgraduate work permit. If they study a 2-year program, they will be able to stay in Canada for up to 3 years after they graduate.
Okay, cool. So the program, from what I understood, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but the undergrad programs are more like technical education, more like technical and professional education, like designed to prepare you for the job market. And is that correct?
Exactly. Yes, yes. It's a technological education that will prepare you to get a very good job after graduation.
Okay, awesome. All right then. So you mentioned that you guys are one of the few 20, I think you've mentioned 23 colleges in Ontario. Now, the question I want to hand it to you, and maybe Eric, you can jump in to add something, is what makes Lambton College unique compared to these other colleges there in Ontario and also colleges across Canada?
I'll let you go ahead, Lorena, and then if there's anything I can think to add, I'll hop in.
For sure. So one of the big differences from Lambton College regarding comparing them to other colleges in Ontario is that all of our postgraduate certificates are 2 years long. Most of the other colleges in Ontario have just a few postgraduate programs, and most of them are 1 year long. So for students who are thinking of staying in Canada after graduation and whose objective is to apply for the postgraduate work permit, it's always the best option to take a 2-year program. So thinking of that, supporting our international students is that Lambton College offers 2-year postgraduate certificates. One other difference is that most of our programs have a co-op term. That means that usually in the 4th term of their program, they can go into full-time work to practice what they learned in the previous terms. So this co-op term offers them the option and the opportunity to gain extraordinary job experience that they can put in their resume when they graduate. And at this moment, I think that the most important difference and what makes Lambton different from the other colleges is the price of our programs. We are offering what we think is the best product at the best price. We are offering a scholarship program for fall 2022 that brings our prices even lower. And for those programs that have a co-op, as I was mentioning before, where you are working, Lambton College does not charge tuition fee in that term. So you're actually taking a 2-year program, but paying only 3 terms, which brings our costs down, I would say around 25% if you compare it to the other colleges in Ontario. And that is the best price that you can find right now.
You mentioned already some things that we're gonna get to that in a minute when we talk about ways to fund that, and also the co-op program, which is an abbreviation, is something basically I'm gonna ask you to explain a little bit more, guys. But when we talk about like possibilities of internships and work during and after studies, we're gonna get to that. But Eric, before you jump in that, because I know you have something to add, I just wanted to include a comment that we got here from Mohammed. He's saying, I'm a mechanical engineer at the moment and I'd like to attend a master's degree abroad. What should I choose between college and university? I'm going to switch Mohammed's question a little bit. Mohammed, don't kill me. But the question here is that he might ask is a master or perhaps the postgrad degree that you guys were talking about that could be perhaps a good fit for Mohammed. So if you can address, help Mohammed out while you add your points here on what makes Lambton College unique, that would be great.
Yeah, so the difference, I guess, would be for Mohammed would be his kind of employment opportunities once he graduates. So it's dependent, I think, on what he wants to do with his education once he finishes it. I know at Lambton College, we get a lot of students who come from a mechanical engineering background. Typically, they'll take a program like quality engineering management or supply chain management. And again, those lead to 2 completely different career paths. So, if you want to work as a supply chain coordinator or in the quality engineering side of a big firm, then coming to Lambton College with your mechanical engineering degree, I think is a good idea. But I do know that once you get to a certain level at a lot of positions, then that's when the master's degree becomes a requirement. So I'm not an expert on mechanical engineering, but do your research and kind of think long-term about where you see yourself and if you're going to need that master's degree to do it. But if you just want the job, there's a lot of programs that you can take at Ontario colleges.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks a lot, Mohammed, for your question. Guys, do follow Mohammed's lead and share your case, your situation here. Make it as specific and personalized as possible. I'm sure Eric and Lorena will help you out, definitely. Is there anything you want to add, Eric, on the other note?
Yes, I did want to add too that we have 3 different campus locations. So while we do focus a lot on our Sarnia campus, it is where me and Lorena both live. It's where I'm at right now. We do have a Toronto and Mississauga campus, which makes us a little bit more unique because we're not necessarily, if you do want to live in the big city and move to Toronto or Mississauga, you do have that option to come to Lambton as well. Or if you're more interested in kind of a smaller town, a bit more of an affordable lifestyle, and I'd say a little bit more of a slower pace, then Sarnia is still a great option too.
Awesome. I see we're starting to get more questions here. I see a question from Laura regarding the kind of jobs that are usually available for part-time students. We're going to get to that in a little bit, Laura. So please hold your question. If you want, you can resend it to the chat later on. But guys, I do want to ask you, because you got a lot of international students, right? And most of our audience here, if not everybody, they're from other countries rather than Canada. What are the most popular programs at Lambton College for this audience, for international students that you've seen in the past years? And do you see any new trends coming up in terms of new areas of studies, new fields of studies that they are going after? Maybe we can start this one with you, Lorena.
For sure. Yes, usually the business programs are very, very popular among all the markets, but we also offer some programs that are very unique to Lambton College. We are in a petrochemical region, so we have very unique programs related to chemical engineering and power production. So for students who are looking for those kind of programs related to engineering, this is a great option. There are other programs that are very, very popular. For example, I can talk about the construction project management. As you know, here in Canada, everything is managed through projects in any industry. But the construction project management is one of the programs that is closed very, very soon each term. Every time we open the admissions, that is one of the first ones to close. And the other field that we have is the information technology programs. Those programs are very demanded here in Canada. So those are programs that are also very, very popular, especially for Indian students or students who have an interest in that field.
Awesome, cool. We have a question coming from Satyajit. Some of your names, guys, is quite difficult for me to pronounce, so please forgive me for that. It's regarding visa. We're gonna get to that in a second as well. The other thing that I wanted to ask you, Rena, and then again, Eric, you can jump in at any time, is how do you describe the learning style of Lambton College? Because I have to say, I personally was a little bit confused, or maybe it's based on my assumptions, which is I'm hoping to correct here. But colleges are more, from what I knew, and maybe some students also think like that. But colleges in Canada are more like job market oriented, right? But at the same point, your college is very strong at research. In research, you are the number one in research college in Canada. How those two things combine with each other? Because when I hear the word research, the first thing that comes to my mind is those very traditional universities, very teaching theories and all that. But in this case, I'm guessing that it might be a little bit different. So can you try to explain it a little bit, and also how students benefit from that?
For sure. The style of learning here at Lambton College is very hands-on. As you say, it's very practical. Students learn not only in the books, but they also practice a lot in our labs. I was mentioning before that we are in a petrochemical region. So more than 10 refineries and a lot of production plants are just outside of the city of Sarnia. This close relationship with the industry is what has made us number one in research for many years. We are always in the first positions in applied research. Um, the industry provides the college many times with donations of equipment, laboratories, robots, machinery, because they are the most interested that our students learn exactly what they need to know to get a really good position in their industry, right? So I would say that probably what you were mentioning before about uh, research, it can sound very theoretical, but it is applied research what we are number one at. That means that the students are developing products that will at some point will be sold in the market. This is
Awesome.
research for real life. It's not only theory. I'm not
Okay.
sure if you want to add something, Eric, about that.
Yeah, go ahead, Eric.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw in that one of the benefits of being number one in research is it provides a lot of our students with research assistant opportunities at the college. So that's always something, when you come over as an international student, you're looking to build your resume, and going to a college with a lot of research opportunities can really add a lot to that and help you secure a position once you graduate.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely. Couldn't agree more. Guys, let's jump in on some questions as well. This is the way we're gonna be doing things. We cover a little bit of the topics, then we jump in the questions. And okay, I'm gonna start mixing up topics here, but just to don't lose the students' questions. The first question is about like the visa radio here. I have a question for Lorena. Is Visa Radio good enough for Lambton College? not quite sure if I understood what he meant there, but I'll give you a shot, Lorena.
Thank you. I suppose that the answer for that, Satyajit, would be depends on your country of residence. So if you are a citizen of India, the ratio would be different as for a citizen of Mexico or a citizen of Vietnam. So it depends on your country. But for Lambton College, the visa approval ratio is very good.
Awesome. Yeah. So yeah, go ahead, Satya, and share here also where you from? What's your citizenship? All right. So Andrea is asking this. Hi, I'm looking for a master's degree that may be less in demand. What about preservation of biodiversity or sustainability programs? Do you guys offer? Maybe Eric, you can help Andrea out here. Do you offer programs on those fields as well? Preservation, biodiversity, sustainability?
Not really specifically like with that title in a course name. And again, we won't offer master's programs as a college. It'll be a postgraduate diploma. So we do offer a new program if you're into the environmental area called Advanced Project Management Environmental. So again, it's a project management program with a real focus on the environment and sustainability. It's new because that's kind of where a lot of jobs are going to be created going forward. So that would be the one program I think that sticks out in my head to fit kind of what she's looking for. But again, if it's a master's program, that would be at universities. I'm not sure, Lorena, if there's any other programs you can think of.
Right, there is a wastewater management program that
Right.
is also related to the environment and sustainability. I invite everyone to go to our website and look at the whole list of programs because they are really amazing.
Awesome. And move on with another question here from Valerie. I'm a mechatronics engineering bachelor level here in Peru. This level is equivalent to a university degree in Canada. And I mean, am I able to take a postgraduate program there? What can you tell to them, Lorena?
Hola, Valerie. Hi in Spanish. So for sure, your university degree is the same level here in Canada, and you are available to apply for our postgraduate programs, for sure. Postgraduate programs are for anyone who already have a degree. It can be a university degree or a technological degree.
Awesome. All right, we have more people asking here for Eric. Do you want to add something? Or
Oh, I'm all good
to
for that
Valerie?
one.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
nailed it.
By the way, Lorena, where are you from? Are you from anywhere? You just spoke Spanish there. Are you from Latin America?
I am originally from Mexico City.
Okay, awesome, cool. So we have more questions coming up. One from Benga. It's about doctorate degree programs here. This is not the best slide for that. Oh yeah. So we have a question from Nahin, which is something that we would talk later on, but maybe we'll go with the flow here because Eric, we covered that a little bit of one of the advantages of living in a smaller town. The main campus from Lambton is located in Sarnia, which is, from what I know, it's a small city. How expensive the living style there, for example, from Nahin, who decides to move there to enroll to study at Lambton?
Yeah. How expensive it feels, I think, is definitely going to depend on where you're moving from. Like if you come from Amsterdam, I'm sure it's quite expensive there. So coming to Canada might not feel like a massive switch up. But like a city in Toronto, if you're looking at, let's say you're sharing an apartment, two people, you'd probably be looking at around 1,500 to 2,000 Canadian a month. So divide that by two, obviously, 750 to 1,000. But in Sarnia, you might be looking at around $600 a month. This is just a living expense for your housing. But then if you go into, Lorena might be able to speak to it a little bit better because you did move here from Mexico and you might have noticed some of the differences in pricing and the cost of living here.
For sure. Yeah, what I can say is that the government of Canada usually advises students to estimate their expenses in 10,000 Canadian dollars per year. So it can vary depending on the city you're moving to. If you go to Toronto, that is one of the most expensive cities in Canada. However, if you go to a city like Sarnia, for example, Sarnia is one of the 5 most affordable cities. So if you want to come here to Canada and maybe start with the right foot and don't spend so much money, you should select a city that is not as big as Toronto, because that way you will be able to save some money. Another thing is that, for example, um, I'm going to give you the cost of the bus pass. So here in Sarnia, the bus pass is 170 Canadian dollars, I think, for 4 months. In Toronto, the price is 170 for only 1 month. So it's almost the same price, but the difference is in one place you pay only 1 month, and in the other place you are paying 4 months. So that can give you an idea of the difference in prices.
Yeah, and guys, since we are on the subject, right? I was going to let this for later on, but since we're on the subject, can you tell us a little bit more about Sarnia? And actually, before we do that, actually, let's talk about something because you have 3 different campuses, right? What are the difference? Do you all 3 campuses offer same programs, or they offer different programs, or and students can choose what's the deal here with the different locations?
Right. So some programs are offered in the 3 campuses equally. Some other programs are very unique to one campus or the other. For example, the programs that are related to petrochemical engineering are offered only here in Sarnia, because this is where the plants and the refineries are. So it just makes sense to have the students here where they can practice and maybe get a job here, right? Some programs in the information technology field are focused more in the Mississauga campus, and the Toronto campus has all kinds of programs. So that would be what I can say about that. But again, if you visit our website, you can see where each program is offered. And
Awesome.
regarding Sarnia, I will let Eric talk about that because he's originally from here. So he knows
Yeah.
everything about it.
I moved here. Well, I lived here when I was 5. Was when I first came to Sarnia as a young boy. The Sarnia campus is our main campus, and we have more domestic students here, which adds to it quite a bit. And then again, like Lorena said, there's a heavy focus on the sciences, because when we say like we have 10 refineries, if you look up Chemical Valley in North America, it is massive. I believe it's the biggest petrochemical complex in all of North America. So they do a lot of hiring of our students from the engineering programs. But Osarnia is like, it's not just because I think some people might associate that it's less expensive to live here, that it must not be as nice here. It's located on Lake Huron, one of the Great Lakes. So you're never more than 10 minutes away from a beach really while you're here. And I mean, it does get very warm here during the summer, so you can go down, go for a swim. You mentioned earlier on, I think, Carlos, that we are located on the border of the United States. So maybe not as much of a benefit right now, but normally if the borders were open, you cross over, you can do some shopping, go out for dinner. We're only an hour away from Detroit, which sometimes, it's actually not a bad city. They've got a lot of great sports teams, an international airport, again, there, only an hour away that you can fly anywhere in the States, back home, wherever you're from. Um, yeah, I honestly, I went away for university, but I came back to Sarnia because it is a great place to live. The people here are very nice, welcoming. Again, lower cost of living, and then just a little bit of a slower pace of life. If you go to Toronto, you're sitting in traffic a lot. It's very busy. It's more expensive. So I'm a fan of Sarnia. And also
Awesome.
our YouTube channel. Just one last thing, our YouTube channel has a lot of videos on the Sarnia campus, so you can actually kind of picture it in your head what the city's like and what the facilities are.
Cool. Yeah, we're gonna share all these links, guys, at the end as well, so don't worry about that. Let's go over to and drive in more questions that are coming from the audience here. Very interesting questions coming from Chitaka. Guys, by the way, when you send your questions, put where you watching us from the country or your citizenship, or because sometimes not for all questions, but sometimes the answer really depends on where you're from. So yes, do it. And also, it's quite nice to know where you're watching us from. So this question, Lorena, coming from Chintaka. This question is for both of you. What are the requirements for construction management course?
Perfect. Yes. So if you want to apply for the construction management program, you need to have a background related to construction. So if you studied civil engineering or architecture, that is a perfect fit. Apart from your academic background, you also need to have a proof of English proficiency. We accept IELTS, TOEFL, for some countries, PTE. And this is very, very important. We also have our own placement test. So for some markets, you can take our test for free through our authorized representatives. So there you go. You are saving almost 400 Canadian dollars for the IELTS or the TOEFL, and you get your results really soon. So that is a great opportunity for students who don't have the IELTS yet. And the third thing that you would need is a copy of your passport. So it's really, really easy to apply to Lambton College. You only need 3 documents. Again, the passport, the proof of English proficiency, and your transcript and diploma or certificate of your academic background.
Yeah, and this actually, by the way, thanks, Chintaka, for your question. This question actually brings my next one, which is related to the pre-programs offered at Lambton College, right? Can you tell us a little bit what are these pre-programs, which are preparatory programs, so our audience can also get to know this as well?
Sorry, did you say 3 programs?
Oh, pre-programs.
Programs. Oh, uh, are you mentioning undergraduates or?
Yeah, because on our research, it came out that that you guys offer pre-programs, which are preparatory programs that allow you to either acquire the necessary prerequisites or the entrance marks needed to apply to other college programs, or you can also use these programs to gain more confidence and do better and be better prepared academically.
Right. Okay. These programs are only for domestic students, so unfortunately, they
Oh,
do not apply to international students.
all right. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, that was good to clarify. So let's move on to the next question, Eric. Maybe you want to jump into this one. It's from Abbas. She said, "I graduated in petroleum engineering, but I didn't got a full practical. So I can't. So can I get it in Canada, or what am I supposed to do?" Thanks for joining us, Abbas. Go ahead, Eric.
Yeah, so we would offer programs, I think, with your background that would help you get into Canada and kind of practice the career that you have a background in. We have a chemical production and power engineering technology program that is definitely related to petroleum engineering that I believe some students will apply for. And we do have an accelerated version of it as well that is available to international students, which gives you a chance to, kind of complete it a little bit quicker based on your background and some courses you might have already taken that match up. So it is definitely a program that you can use and come to Lambton College or go to a Canadian educational institution and further education so that it meets with the criteria to work here and be a petroleum engineer in Canada. So I think that start researching some programs, like I mentioned, chemical production and power engineering technology at Lambton might be an option you want to look into.
Awesome. Lorena, do you want to add something to Abbas?
Well, if you're looking for a program related to petroleum engineering, I would say Lambton is the best option because this is one of our unique programs, right? So all of the colleges have business programs, some have IT programs. We don't have any programs, for example, related to TV or philosophy, but engineering, chemical engineering, petroleum engineering, that is one of our fortes.
Awesome. Joining us also today, Satyad again. So he's saying here, I want to do my graduate certificate program in agribusiness marketing. Do you provide scholarship for that program? We're gonna get to the scholarship part, so I'll just ask you to skip that part. But in terms of like agribusiness, do you have anything?
We do offer the agribusiness program. It is a postgraduate certificate, so he's a good fit for this program. However, this program in specific does not have a scholarship at this moment.
Okay.
We can talk about the scholarships when you decide.
Yeah, cool. Babalola is asking, what are the requirements for a geology or earth science related course in case you offer those?
Sorry, we don't offer a geology program.
Okay. All right then. So let's move on here. What else? The other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys, and before we jump into more questions, is that you guys are quite known for having lots of partnerships with companies and corporations there in Canada. And this, my question is very straightforward: is what does that mean for international students going to Lambton College?
Well, we do have a very strong relationship with the industry, as I was mentioning before, and this creates a lot of job opportunities, especially for the co-ops, for the students. And we have a very good reputation. We are one of the best ranked in employment satisfaction. So this speaks a lot about our students, our graduates, and also about Lambton College, because of course, when we want, our goal is to have students who are successful in their program, but also successful professionals. I don't know if
Awesome.
Eric wants to
Yeah,
add
and
something to this.
yeah, Eric, Lorena mentioned co-op programs. Could you explain to our audience what are those?
Yeah, so the co-op program is an opportunity for students to work. It can be paid if you find the right opportunity at the right company, and sometimes it's unpaid. And at Lambton, we like to put them in the final semester of our 2-year program. So say you're doing your co-op in your 4th semester and you like your job and you're doing well, and then at the end of it your employer says, you know what, we want to hire this student. You don't have to go back to school and complete your degree anymore. You can pretty much just accept your position and continue working straight out of co-op. So usually you'll be signed on to a semester here would be 4 months. So it'd be about a 4-month, 12-week term or 16-week term, sorry, at a co-op position. And the school, like we were talking about, has partnerships with businesses. It is up to the student to go through the interview process, write their resume, have a good cover letter. But again, the school will provide you with resources to make sure that your resume is strong and your cover letter looks good, and interview prep skills as well. And then, yeah, it's basically meant to help get the student something on their resume other than their schooling. And like Lorena mentioned, I believe we're actually number 1 in employer satisfaction, meaning that, you know, companies who are hiring Lambton College graduates are happy, and that means we're giving them the right education and skills that they need. So going forward, when they see a Lambton College graduate's resume on their desk, they might be more likely to hire that student because they know what we've been teaching them.
Awesome. And in terms of like working then, you mentioned that there are internship opportunities for students during their studies. Can students work as well on after their studies? So once they graduate, what are the post-graduation work permits for them? How long can they remain in Canada once they graduate? And yeah, can you tell us a little bit more about that, Lorena?
For sure. So most of our programs, I would say 95% of them are 2 years long. That is one of the big differences in Lambton College. So that means for students, when they graduate, they can apply for a postgraduate work permit of up to 3 years. Most of our students get the 3 years. I was a student at Lambton College some years ago, and I
Oh,
came with
cool.
my family. Yes, I graduated. I followed the whole pathway that international students who want to immigrate follow. So I can tell you by personal experience, it's just a process. It's easy to do. It doesn't require lots of effort from your side. You just have to follow the steps. So the first step is to select the right program at the right school. If you want to use those benefits for immigration, you have to make sure that you select a public college, because private colleges do not offer those opportunities. So first thing, select a public college. Then if you go through your program successfully, you will get the right skills to find a good job. And that good job is what will provide you with the eligibility to apply soon enough for your permanent residency through your postgraduate work permit.
Awesome. I think actually you just answered Andrea's question there, so that was really nice. All right, guys. So moving on, we have other questions coming up. People are asking like, "Oh, do you accept students from this country or that country?" Let me just summarize in one question. Is there any country that is not being accepted at the moment in terms of students? Because we got questions like, do you accept students from Algeria? Do you accept students from Kenya? Do you accept students from Somalia? Do you accept? Is there any particular country that it's not being accepted at the moment?
No. We accept applications from any country in the world.
Awesome. All right. Yeah. So I guess that includes Jemima as well from Honduras. So yes, awesome. Let's move on, guys. Here, we've got more questions coming on, but I wanted to move on and to the application, to the admission process, actually, because just to like, if you can just sum up what you've mentioned before about the requirements, and also what are the next available like the programs are, do you offer the programs to start always in September, or which month they started? What are the next available options when students need to apply by? Can you pass on a little bit on of this process, the admission process, and the next available dates?
Yes, we do have starts of the programs in January, May, and September. So 3 intakes each year. Right now, of course, January 2022 is closed because it's very soon starting. May is also closed, but our applications are open for the fall, that is September 2022. I would recommend for all of the students who want to apply to Lambton College to do it as soon as possible, because our programs are very, very popular. Some of the programs are already closed for the fall. For example, the construction project management that I was talking about before, it's already closed. So you should be applying as soon as you have your documents. We always recommend to apply at least 6 months before the start of the program, but do as soon as possible because most of our programs are very, very popular.
Awesome. Let me move on to some other questions, because some people are sending more questions, and the Chintaka, who sent a question previously, is saying, do students who finish their high school education can apply to construction management program? Because he was the one who sent a question related to that. He's saying he's from Sri Lanka, finished his high school education in 2016. After that, he worked as a supervisor in construction companies. Can I apply for construction, for the construction program at Lambton College?
Yes, the construction project management program is a postgraduate certificate. That means that to be eligible to apply for that program, you need to have a university or technological degree. So high school would not be enough to apply for this program.
Okay, in that sense, do you have something in the undergrad level that could serve as an option for him or her?
Unfortunately, no. He would need to select one of the diploma programs that we offer, but we don't have one that is specifically related to construction management.
Okay, cool. Let's very interesting comment coming on here from Laura. She said, I already got into the marketing management professional sales program. How can we measure the demand of professionals with this type of education? Looking forward to be there. So, Laura, can you just say here on the chat, so you actually already applied to study there at Lambton College. When are you starting? Can you share more details with us, please? And yeah, go ahead, Laura, now, or Eric, if you want to jump into this questions of Laura.
Yeah, I can take it. So obviously, congratulations on getting into Lambton College. That's awesome. I hope that you are going to accept your offer letter and make your way over to Canada and study with us. In terms of jobs available for people from a sales background, I'm a former salesperson myself. I sold cars for a little bit. It was quite enjoyable. Right now there's a bit of a labor shortage, like I mentioned maybe earlier in Canada. In every major company that's around the Toronto area, the Mississauga area, even here in Sarnia, needs sales professionals. If you go on a popular job board in Canada, Indeed.com, and just look up sales roles, you're going to find page after page after page of sales jobs. And then just looking at those and kind of figuring out what interests you so you can kind of find your niche in sales, because I think that's a big thing, is finding a certain industry and learning a lot about it so that you can become very valuable, with what you know in a specific industry. And taking this program is really going to help you do that. And it also provides you with a good marketing background. So maybe if you find halfway through, you're like, maybe sales isn't for me, you're going to have some marketing skills as well in there. So maybe a profession in marketing could be possible as well.
Awesome. Yeah, apparently she did. Congratulations, Laura. She started on September. She is from Colombia. She said she did her application with an agency, AC. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, so moving on, guys, because we're getting to the end of the live here. It's been 52 minutes already. So we've got many things. We got a question here from Dunia asking about biology programs. What can you tell her, Lorena?
Well, we don't have a program related to biology specifically, but I'm sure that you can find one interesting program in the whole list of programs that we have. We have more than 100 programs that we can offer to international students. So if you go to our website, I'm sure that you will find something interesting for you.
Awesome. Yeah, so we have more students saying congratulations to Laura. Guys, just like Laura, you can be the one applying and go and move into Canada soon, just studying at Lambton College. The last topic of the evening today, or afternoon or morning, depending where you are, it's the ways to fund your studies. Because what I always like to tell people is that there are different ways you can use to fund your studies, right? And I wanted to ask you, Lorena and Eric, what are some ways that you can share to the people watching us here today? Obviously, scholarships is one of them, and that's where I want you to cover, Lorena. But what are other ways that you can point out as options to fund their studies?
Perfect. Yes. So let's talk a little bit about the scholarship program that we are offering for the fall 2022. There is a list of programs in Sarnia that have an entrance scholarship of 3,000 Canadian dollars. What I mean when I say entrance scholarship is that you don't have to do anything to get it. You just have to be accepted to the college. So you don't have to have a special IELTS score or a very good GPA or to make some merits. No, if you are accepted to the college, you get the 3,000 Canadian dollars. So in our website, you can see the list of those programs that have 3,000 Canadian dollars in Sarnia. And all of the programs in Toronto and Mississauga, all of them have a 1,000 Canadian dollar scholarship. So almost everyone will get one. So I invite you to apply because it's really easy to get it. And most of the students from Latin America and what we call the diverse markets, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Colombia, as Laura, I'm sure Laura has the scholarship. So all of them are invited to apply and get this awesome scholarship.
Awesome. I'm gonna pass it on to Eric as well, so he can make any in addition to this. Lorena, meanwhile, can you please put the contact information here on our private chat, and then I'm gonna ask my colleague Lynn to put it on the screen. So how can students contact you after this live with all their questions and all? And Eric, now over to you.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to add as well that when you move to Canada as a student, once you get your study permit, as a full-time student, you are able to work part-time up to 20 hours a week. So like I was saying earlier, there's a lot of part-time jobs available right now in Canada. Retail, fast food, restaurants, The whole service industry, it's really in demand for part-time work. So that's another great way, is that you can get a part-time job. And if you're able to get a job on campus as well, you can work. There's no limit on your hours if you get a job on campus. And then during your academic breaks, so where you're not going to school at all, you're able to work up to 40 hours per week. So again, there's a great way to make some money while you're also studying, and help pay off your education.
Awesome. Great. All right then, guys. With that being said, that was it for today. Oh, yeah. So, guys, we just put it here on the screen, and I'm also gonna get my colleague to put it on the chat as well for you. So please, Lynn, put it on the chat for them, the contact information. So that's Lorena's email. So lorena.solis@lambtoncollege.ca. So if you do have more questions, because again, unfortunately, we got lots of questions and we couldn't cover all of them. So we do invite you to get in touch with Lorena, with Eric as well. We're going to put their contact information on the chat here. And also, before you do that, take a look at their website. I'm also going to ask my colleague to put their website here, lambtoncollege.ca, on the screen. So you can go and take a look at the programs they offer, because many questions were related to that. And then after that, yeah, go ahead and send them some emails with later questions. We got here a great example of someone who applied and who is looking forward to move there, Laura. And so yeah, you can all do like her. So guys, thank you so much for showing us a little bit about Lambton College. It really helped us a lot, and we're very grateful that you took the time to be here today. Thank you, Lorena. Thank you, Eric, for joining us.
Yeah,
thank you for the invitation, Carlos. It has been great meeting with you and all the people who joined us, and I hope to see you very soon in Canada.
Absolutely. Thanks, Eric, as well.
Yeah, thank you very much, Carlos, and thanks everybody who was here listening today. I hope this was very helpful for you all.
Definitely. All right, folks. So now we're gonna send them backstage. And yeah, for all of you that watch us here, we have lots of people still watching us. Stanley here, Valerie, Chintaka, Mohammed, who else? Laura, Ariel, so many people joining us. Thank you so much for taking the time to watching this live here. Again, we are here every Tuesday with a different guest, a different institution. This is the one and only talk show for studying abroad. Our goal is very simple, guys, is to help you find the right place abroad to study. So this is what we do here at the Student World. We're very committed to this cause. And yeah, we hope we could help you today. By the way, if you're not following our Instagram account yet, join us there. Join our community on our Instagram. We're constantly posting news about anything related basically to studying abroad. There are so many interesting contents that we're producing there, super cool things. So please go ahead, join us there on Instagram, and subscribe here on our YouTube channel, because this way you can always be aware once we have a new episode of our talk show coming up. So do subscribe here. Click on the button here to activate the reminders every time you want to watch a different video. And also, don't forget to like this video as well. This helps us a lot to know if we're doing the right thing today. All right, so yeah, I guess that was it for today, folks. So thanks a lot for all of you with us today, and I hope to see you next week on the next episode of the Student World Talks. The Student World, whatever you want to study, we know how to get you there.